in U.S.-Iran relations.
Well, joining me now for more perspectives on this is a global affairs analyst, Onifade. Good to have you on the news at this time. So indeed, this war between the three countries could have far-reaching implications, if you like. But what impact do you think this could have now on the country, Nigeria, our foreign reserve, inflation rate, and of course the strength of the naira? What do you think could be the likely implications by this development?
Hi, good evening. So number one, I think as far as Nigeria is concerned, Nigeria has always had a non-aligned policy, and that's likely to continue because Nigeria is not in any position diplomatically or economically to pick sides, within the U.S. Israel-Iran conflict. I think, right in the 50s, Nigeria had Africa as a whole, they had a strained relationship with Israel. But I think since 1990, Netanyahu has been talking about building this back. It actually has a far-reaching effects, like you mentioned. We're talking about economically, geographically, even ideologically as well. We do have quite a lot of Nigerians who take should we call it a ritual pilgrimage to Israel. So I think Israel, of course, would like to see that continue. But of course, being a war zone right now, things are quite a little bit strained. So, I think that's probably likely to pause, obviously for safety's sake. But if you're talking especially in terms of the economy, which is the big elephant in the room here, as recently, been talking about the Strait of Hormuz, which takes about 20% of the oil. But I think one key issue we need to address is the fact that, bulk of Nigeria's oil is actually being, the United States has been the source with about 1.2 trillion, from America. And of course, I think Nigeria is actually a net importer of oil, even though it gets refined abroad and, kind of re-exports it. It has this shoddy arrangements, which obviously we do not really like. But, with this war right now and, once the market opens, things are on the edge. We expect prices to push up astronomically. I think we can't really put a price on it because Iran has not actually responded yet. And,
right.
We're talking about aggravation on both sides, of two world powers anyway. So that's number one. And of course, one thing we've got to understand is I think we have three key factors to look at from Nigeria. I think number one is that Nigeria will stay the course on neutrality and, of course, keep pushing for de-escalation. Number two, we expect oil revenues to go up because, we, Nigeria, we've got the source, we've got the windfall, which we've got to be able to use wisely. We expect a windfall, as happened before. Now it's the same message we've been preaching. We've got to be able to invest wisely, and do not just spend. And thirdly, again, I think it's a good time to seriously think about energy security. Nigeria is constantly dependent. Now we want to be able to, being able to, instead of constantly importing refined oil, and we know that the local refineries, they're not great.
Right.
Time to probably spend the windfall wisely, so we're not constantly dependent because this global disruption, is impacting Nigeria, really at home, and especially inflation, which is already a big concern. It's something that's probably going to be addressed again further.
Indeed, it's a lot of things to talk about in terms of the implications that this could have in so many ways. But let's pause it for now at this moment. Thank you so much, Onifade, for your insights on the news at 10 tonight.